What is going on, Eagles family? I hope everyone's having themselves a fantastic weekend. It's the divisional round of the playoffs, and of course, the Eagles aren't in it. So I'm completely pissed about it. I keep having to try to enjoy football, and I really just don't. And to top it off, we just keep getting hit with more and more negative news. So I'm here to try to set the record straight and talk a little bit about this coaching search. So I want to thank all of you for tuning in on this fine Sunday afternoon before the games. This is another edition of On the Road to Victory, and I, of course, am your host, Jimmy Smith. Hope you enjoyed the little intro there. Got me going a little bit today, got me grooving. Hope you guys are all having a good one. Hope you guys played some of those parlays that I was talking about that I pieced together yesterday. Made ourselves a little bit of money if you did. So going for a couple more today. Going to try to add on to the cash for the weekend. But we'll be going over that. We'll be talking a lot about, well, anything your heart desires. But we're going to talk about these playoffs. We're going to talk about the Eagles coaches. I'm going to try to be as quick as I possibly can. Get ready for these damn games. I think I'm set. But, of course, I like to be that guy to mess with everything last minute and screw myself out of lots of money. So let's get this bad boy started. First and foremost, we were on the show last night talking, and as we were talking, we got a little bit of news. And we were talking about Brandon Staley. That was the whole episode. We were talking about the fact that, you know, if they were eliminated, which they did, they got their asses handed to them, this guy would be a possible candidate. Well, we could probably bring him in this week, give him an interview. But a lot of people, you know, are jumping off the train. I don't want to have anything to do with that after yesterday. Well, let's be real here. A bad game against Aaron Rodgers, a lot of people have them. But I think there's a lot more reasons I don't want him as a coach. So I'm good on that. But, yeah, got their asses beat yesterday by the Packers. Going to be intriguing games today to see who fills out the championship games. But the Packers and Bills advanced. Got both of those right. And, you know, going to try to work on some things. Oh, we got Gail calling. Gail, I am currently in a live video. My man for 4th of John, gonna have to give him a call back. But yeah, Malcolm, my dude, thanks for tuning in. Thanks, man. I worked on that last night, trying to get something together. I'm like, why don't I have an intro? I own some rights to some music, so why don't we dance a little bit? I thought it wasn't, some of it was 80s porn for the most part, the music. So I thought it was pretty ridiculous, but my girlfriend enjoyed that one. So rolling with it. Glad you like it, man. Trying to spruce things up, looking at some new lighting and some things. This room, I wish I would just hang up all my stuff, but I don't. Looking to get like a green screen and stuff. I want you guys to be having better quality, better images, better things. I'm trying here. This stupid pandemic has not made anything easier for me. So doing what I can with what I can for all of you guys. So appreciate you, Malcolm, and everybody else who's tuning in today, taking the time before the games. Maybe you're looking for a little bit of bet. Maybe I can help you with that. A prop bet, maybe parlay, whatever you're looking for. I'll throw it your way. Maybe you're just looking for some bad coaching news. We got it all here. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Now, the news that Malcolm actually, I don't like to look at my phone half the time when I'm on here, which is pretty dumb half the time, especially when things are going. But Malcolm was nice enough to relay the news that Mr. Josh McDaniels is finding himself an interview with the Philadelphia Eagles. This guy apparently is already getting his staff together, ready to ride. I bet you are, dude. I bet you are. No, thank you. I'll be real with you. We all know what he did when he turned down that job with the Colts. Frank Reich left us. Everybody's heartbroken. Look, Frank Reich was eventually going to leave. He deserved a head coaching job. That's just what happens. But yes, Josh McDaniels, I know people have a lot of strife with that, man. I'll be real. I just don't think he has that much success without Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. So for a guy that drafted Tim Tebow, I'm just not a big fan. I'll be real with you guys. And no, thank you. But right after I got done that show, I said, you know, hopefully some more good news comes our way. Well, it did. Eric Bieniemy, they requested an interview with him. Now, we know they are currently in the playoffs, the Chiefs, that is. So their offensive coordinator cannot come in right now for an interview. But as soon as their season is over, does anyone think that's happening today? Browns upset? I myself do not see that coming. I think they could put up a fight, but I think the Chiefs are going to win. But Eric Bieniemy, I am very excited about that name. Some people don't like it. They don't want the Andy Reid tree. They think just because you come from the Andy Reid tree, that means you fail and you're the same person. Well, I just got done watching two people from the Andy Reid tree play last night in the Bills and the Ravens, and John Harbaugh and Sean McDermott. So I'll be real with you. It's not necessarily a bad thing. And I'm about to watch Eric Bieniemy put his offense on the field against the Browns today. So yeah, I wouldn't be against it. I think he's done some pretty good things. Sure, Patrick Mahomes is great. Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, they've got a lot of weapons. They sure do. But if we just add weapons, we have John Dorsey here who helped put those weapons in place, believe it or not, over there with the Chiefs. John Dorsey here hopefully has more say in this player personnel and can help us in the draft and add us those key pieces. We got our little trickster in Jalen Reagor. Well, let's grow him. Let's find out who our quarterback is first and foremost. We got to have a coach now. We just got so many holes to fill. It's ridiculous. But, I think there's hope. Everybody thinks this is grim. We're going 2-14 next year. Look, I don't think we're that far off. We're middle of the pack right now. We're far away from greatness, but let's be real. We have some really good players, and we need to figure out who this quarterback is because we've got two good ones. I still believe in Carson Wentz, but a lot of people, no, I did not. This thing is not a mullet, dude. I just hide it very well. It's long enough now that it goes up, and I try to put it back because it's all over the place. It's ridiculous. But I will be growing my long hair again if you haven't figured that out. What perfect time than in the quarantine. I'm very horrible at trimming my own beard, hair, things like that. So maybe you should just give it a rest. Maybe I'll hire a stylist one of these days. But until then, we're going to keep rocking like this. If we get, I assume Jeffrey's speaking about Josh McDaniels, please, and no thank you. I'll pass on Josh McDaniels. Eric Bieniemy, give me a hell yeah. I don't think that anybody else is going to tickle my fancy like Eric Bieniemy does, except for Joe Brady. That's somebody that we've talked about. I know there's Lincoln Riley. There's all kinds of names that are out there. We've talked about them. I mean, we have here. Let's pop this bad boy. Hey, I added him. Don't worry. Josh McDaniels is hiding in there. It's a Where's Waldo of coaches here, guys. We are just bringing in everybody and their grandma. And then some, of course, are just, rumors that they will be interested in, as in Mike Kafka, Ryan Day. Now, Jim Caldwell's not even really been mentioned, but I just feel like he's somebody that should be looked at. You got Todd Bowles in there, Gerard Mayo. I think that some of these guys, it's like, no thanks. Brian Dable, interesting. That he would fit in well, doesn't know how to run the ball. But Devin Singletary, Zach Moss out, I guess I get it, but they didn't run the ball regardless. See James Urban, Greg Roman up there, Ravens. Look, they've done well with Lamar Jackson. Maybe you're looking for guys that can help quarterbacks. I don't know if you want Graham Harrell, Pep Hamilton. Are you going with defensive-minded guys? We talked about Bowles. You see Brad. We'll see where we go here, but there's a lot of options at this point. And, a lot of people, it has to be an offensive-minded guy. Look, if it's an offensive-minded guy, he's going to bring a defensive coordinator. If it's a defensive-minded guy, he's going to bring an offensive coordinator. Now, they're going to bring in coordinators regardless, but the thing is, whatever their thing is, they're going to bring in the opposite. Don't worry about it. That's why we talk about whoever the coach is. I just want to see who the hell his staff is. I want to see who the coordinators are, and we'll go from there. Now, the Chiefs, yeah, fine and dandy, but they seem to slap us in the old saddlebags yesterday. They signed Prince Tega Wanogho off our practice squad. So wasn't very excited about that. I'm going to be real with you guys. I thought he was a pretty big steal, but then he struggled to stay on the team, found himself on the practice squad, off of the practice squad. And now he's off of our practice squad again and on the Chiefs roster. Someone asked me why. Well, I'll tell you why. The Chiefs saw a good player sitting on a practice squad and decided, well, they didn't sign him to a reserve futures contract. Let's go ahead and snag him ourselves. So now they've got themselves a tackle of the future. You lost Tuhill to the Washington football team. So now you've let the draft picks that I thought were somewhat decent could pan out in time, and you don't rely on 6th and 7th round draft picks to produce right away. That's the 2nd and 3rd rounders, even the 1st rounder that, somewhat, injuries, whatever. But you take a quarterback, he's not going to play unless your quarterback fails, which he did. Thank you for that. And then you take a linebacker who's a project, and I just don't see it. And now you just let the guys that are somewhat decent go. Don't get it. What's going on? Jerry, thanks for tuning in, man. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Browns coach is from the Andy Reid. Yeah, Stefanski. There's so many. So many people from the Andy Reid tree. It's ridiculous. So And yes, I knew you were talking about McDaniels because McDaniels sucks, Jeffrey, and we agree on that. They name McDaniels coach. I'm boycotting. Probably not, but I won't like to hire Christian. I'm with you. Always say it. I will burn down the building, but obviously I love my birds, and I'll still be there watching on Sundays, Mondays, Thursdays, Saturdays, whatever day it is. Doesn't matter. I'll be there watching my birds. Now, Josh McDaniels, that will just piss me off. And then I'll be like, well, now we're in Cowboys territory. Now we're going to fail for the next 25 years, and I'm going to hate life. So I don't want to go there. Eagles, you have a lot of great names out there. We just saw a slew of pictures there of how many guys you've been talking about, maybe talking to, maybe no one knows. Who cares? Because at this point, some people are pissed. Some people are excited. I enjoy it. I think it's fun looking at all these guys. What are they going to bring to the table? Who's going to be their coordinators? I enjoy it. Look, I didn't enjoy seeing Doug go. Love Doug. I think a lot of the blame goes on a lot more than just Doug. So to see him as the only one, as the scapegoat, really, it's unsettling. Doug, he was a great man. He brought us the Super Bowl, but things were failing. We saw it. They weren't working out well with Carson. I don't know. And if you're going to get rid of Carson out too, I don't know what you're doing. I really don't. No McDaniels. And also Christian says, no Kellen Moore. Now, I know he's a Cowboys coach, so I get it. I also think no thank you on that. New to coaching. I remember watching him at Boise State. So he's not that old, and it has nothing to do with age because I like Joe Brady. I just think in the coaching realm, he hasn't been in there that long, and he's done great things with the Cowboys offense that has Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, and now, you've got CeeDee Lamb. So sure, that's great, wonderful. I just don't think he's a guy that you bring into Philly because he's already from Cowboys, so people are going to be itching to go after him if something happens. And, dude, if he fails just the slightest, we will bury him alive. So, yeah, don't do that. Don't sign Kellen Moore. Also with you on that one. Eric Bieniemy is somebody that I really like. Joe Brady, those are pretty much my top candidates. Brian Daboll is an intriguing pick. Deuce Staley, hometown guy. Love it. They were interviewed on Friday, Deuce Staley and Gerard Mayo. See your question here, Jerry. Yes, they did interview Deuce. Deuce and Gerard Mayo were interviewed on Friday. So I think they're doing their due diligence with every coach from offense to defense to special teams to assistant, everybody, dude. And you love to see it because they need to hire the right guy. The problem is you don't want to miss out on that main guy that you want. Now, maybe they already have an idea. Maybe it's Eric Bieniemy, and maybe it's down between Bieniemy and Deuce. So they're taking the time because they have to wait for Eric Bieniemy to be done in the playoffs. And if not, then it's Deuce on the back burner, which I hate to say that Deuce has been put on the back burner for so many damn years, deserves an opportunity to do something. Not sure that he would stay on a staff if someone else comes in. So very intrigued to see what happens. You already lost out on Robert Saleh going to the Jets, Arthur Smith to the Falcons, two guys that you interviewed, and then right after they went to a different team. Now, that, of course, gives some writers ammo to come out and then write about how no coach wants to coach for the Eagles. Look, I'll be real with you. These guys work there most of their entire lives, or they coach, or they play, or do something, and then get into coaching. But for the most part, they're working their way up to be a head coach. So I'll be real with you. Maybe things aren't pretty right now. Maybe it looks like, the reporters paint this horrible picture of Philadelphia, so nobody wants to come play here. I'll be real with you. These guys, or coach here, these guys are looking for a head coaching job, and most of them would die to have a head coaching job and an opportunity to come to a great city like Philadelphia. You got two great quarterbacks to choose from, and maybe you try to draft one. I don't know what the plan is, but you've got the sixth pick. If you take a quarterback at that sixth pick, I will kick the shit. I will lose my mind. There's a lot of great talent. I don't think one of those quarterbacks, for the most part, Justin Fields and Zach Wilson talked about maybe there if they're available. Look, I'll be real with you. No. I hope they get taken before that so we don't have to worry about it. And then Devontae Smith or Jamar Chase are sitting there. Please, for the love of God. If not, I don't care. Take Micah Parsons, take Caleb Farley, take Patrick Surtain. Give me a corner. Give me something, dude. I'll get more into it as the weeks and months get closer as to who I think my exact pick is, who I'm going to roll with. But I'll be real with you guys. Right now, there's so much talent. I'm so excited. Like, I really haven't come down to one guy. And then, obviously it comes down to who are the five people in front of us picking. But, we nabbed the last couple at 21 there. We got Reagor, we got Dillard. So let's try to go through it again, and we'll talk about the names you guys are interested in. But right now, this just adds to the fun. We get to talk about the coaches first, and then we'll worry about the draft, because then we'll have a better idea of what their schemes are, what kind of offense they're running, what kind of defense they're running, what kind of players fit that scheme. So we'll see what happens here in the next a couple weeks, however long it takes. Maybe they're waiting to see with Eric Bieniemy. Wouldn't be mad at that. But I think that I'm excited to get a new coach. We needed change. We're getting that change. It is what it is. But yeah, regardless, let's just hope we make the right hire. I know everyone's already like, no matter who it is, we suck and it's over. It's like, damn, dude, give the guy a chance before like he even begins. You don't even know who it is yet. And everybody, and as soon as they get hired, there's going to be hit pieces on them. And I'm sure it's just going to be chaos. But I'm going to try to ride with them just like I did with Doug Peterson. And we got a Super Bowl out of it. Maybe one of these young, bright minds that deserves an opportunity. We talked about if Doug was gone, this would be the perfect year. You got your Joe Brady's, you got Eric Bieniemy's, got guys that could come in and do great things and be head coach for a very long time. I would love to see that here in Philadelphia. Let's go. So excited about the future, but very skeptical, be real with you. So now we'll go over a little bit the divisional matchups we've been watching this weekend. We saw that the Packers beat the Rams, the Bills beat the Ravens. You guys know I went with those two, and then went with the other two home teams. Going with the Chiefs, going with the Saints tonight. Not just because of the home teams, but just how I see it playing out. I think the Saints could do a number on that Buccaneers defense more than the Bucs could do to the Saints. I think that Saints pass rush could get to Tom Brady, get him a little ruffle them feathers a little bit there. And we'll see. They've got some great receivers, so it could be a great game between two of the greatest to play the position. So excited to watch that game. I think the Browns could put up a fight against the Chiefs, but I think the Chiefs are going to roll away with that one. Now, weren't too many exciting bets where I wanted to come on here and tell you guys that this is what you should definitely play like yesterday, but we did mention if you were making parlays that we're going into today to add the Harrison Bryant. I'm still going to roll with that one. I think it's over 2 catches. It's at like plus 100 something. And you also have him for over 11 yards. I know that Austin Hooper's been getting a lot of the tight end work here, but they do run double tight end sets. Even Njoku gets some. But I'll be real with you. The Chiefs corners will, I think, be able to handle the Browns receivers enough that the tight ends will get a little more work, especially in that red zone. So maybe toss a little money that way. I would say I have Michael Thomas down for a touchdown scorer. I thought at like plus 120, that was a pretty good one. There's a couple, I think Gronk plus 260 touchdown scorer. I know he had like 1 target, no catches. Those are the games, the next game, or where he comes back, bounces back, has a big game. So if you're feeling risky, go ahead and toss it out there. I think that was pretty much all I placed any bets on. I still have my parlays going from yesterday, which I hit on all of them. So hopefully you guys played along. We got a couple good ones on there. So let's hope that everything goes through today. If you guys have any kind of questions, any kind of, it doesn't matter if it's about bets, if it's about the Eagles, about coaching, players, whatever, draft, throw it my way. I'm going to get going in a minute here. The games will be starting in about 15 minutes. I want to be prepared for that. Don't think I missed anything crazy happening while I've been talking to you guys. So truly appreciate everybody. Appreciate you, Malcolm, for dropping that news yesterday to me while I was live, and appreciate your kind words about the video. Hope you guys all enjoy it. Hope you enjoy the little intro, outro thing I got going now. We're going to keep trying to build this thing. Even this pandemic can't stop us. All right, guys. Hope you're all having a good one out there. Oh, yeah, dude. Jeffrey wants to throw this curveball in here. I dig it. Sean Watson definitely has been pissed. I'd be pissed if you got rid of DeAndre Hopkins, but now they are just really pissed him off. And also, Jeffrey, they're saying that J.J. Watt as well wants out, and it looks like they're both going to get their way. Sean Watson has a no-trade clause, though, so he can't just be traded. They can't just dump him. Looks like he'll get his choice of where he would like to be traded if they can work something out with someone. I know there's a lot of talk about the Eagles. He's a pretty damn good quarterback. I'm not sure if we're going to give up capital for that, or maybe they would want Jalen Hurts, or I don't know. I don't know what they're going to try to do, man, but it's a wild bunch of scenarios out there. And if you think about it, it's like, it depends on which coaches, but it's like, how much do Howie and Jeffrey really have to say? Does it really matter? They're just pulling our chain, making these people think that they're going to have some kind of say, because from what I've heard, if people don't like Carson Wentz, then they really don't even have a chance at the job. So that's kind of scary. Yo, my man Prism. Hey, dude, hope you have a great day at work. Stay safe out there. I'm trying to trying to stay calm today. Hopefully win some money. Try not to be too pissed off that the Eagles aren't in it, but it always makes it better when you're winning some parlay bets and stuff. So, hey, the Eagles, I don't think we're too far off. A lot of people say a few years, it's going to take a long time. I really just think you need somebody like John Dorsey to have control of player personnel, help Howie with the draft, or pretty much just do the draft and let Howie take credit. That's fine. And we talked about getting either Doug going or Doug an offensive coordinator. Well, Doug's gone. So let's see who this offensive-minded or defensive-minded guy is that brings in an offensive mind and can help this damn offense go. Maybe draft a stud receiver to put with Reagor, Fulgham, let these guys grow. Watkins, I'm excited about the future. Maybe you trade Ertz, get more draft capital. Maybe they trade Wentz or Hurts and get draft capital. There's a lot of stuff. I did see that Adam Schefter put out something about the Jets getting him. And then I saw Chris Mortensen replied to him there's a couple other teams out there I think he could definitely land on. And look, the Dolphins, a playoff caliber team is one that people have talked about a lot. Eagles are mentioned. Look, there's, I'm sure, a couple handfuls of teams that would take someone like Deshaun Watson if they could possibly fit it in their cap. Now that's where I don't know. I don't know. We just signed our quarterback, so maybe you could swap him. I doubt it. I think this team still wants to give Carson a shot, and I love Carson. I think Carson. I don't think he's broke. A lot of people think his career is over. He sucks. He's a bust. That's preposterous. I think he's shown what he could do the last few years. MVP level just a few years ago, and you can't hold on to that, but you got to look at what he did the next years while he was coming back early from injury, while he was playing with the garbage pail kids. And I think people forget that, throwing for over 4,000 passing yards without a receiver, going for over 500, first quarterback to do that. That's pretty impressive. But you saw Doug not using him correctly. I didn't think he was rolling him out. I didn't think he was using the RPOs, all those things correctly. And he wasn't establishing the run to even allow anything like that, or the play action or rollouts, anything to work. So there was many issues. It was, setting the record for 14 different offensive lines in 16 games or 13. I mean, those are all reasons, but hey, somebody's got to take the fall, and it looks like Doug and Carson are the ones taking it right now. So I'm not sure if we try to get a whole new quarterback or what we're going to do here, man, but I'm very intrigued to see it. But yeah, it should be a very wild off season for us guys, because we need all new coaches. Who knows what a quarterback's if it's going to be someone already here or in the draft or free. I mean, this is nuts, dude. Like, the fact that we're here after just winning a Super Bowl, and dude, we just been downhill since then. So the injuries, hopefully we get younger. We talked about that over and over again. We're not getting any younger. I love Brooks, Lane, all those guys. I don't know if Kelsey even comes back, but got to get younger on the line. There's so much we got to do. So let's just hope John Dorsey has some say, and it's not just Howie out there lost in the woods, because then I've got some real issues. So we'll see what happens. Hope you guys made the right bets if you're doing anything today. If not, enjoy some football. Relax. For those of you at Gail is calling me again. He must really need me. I hope you guys are all, staying safe, having a good day. I was just about to say, whether you're making bets, anything, if you need anything, just reach out. You guys know that, whether it's about football. For those of you at work, stay safe. Thank you for doing what you're doing. Hopefully you're getting by. You and your family staying all right. Wild times out here. Wild times. So have yourselves a great day. I'll be back later if anything wild happens. If not, I will be back tomorrow to talk some birds with you guys. Until then, let's try to figure out how to put this bad boy back up here. Let's get a little outro for you. But yeah, thanks for tuning in today, guys. Hope you all have a good one. And as always, go Birds!